Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we'll get set up and get going bi'idhnillahi ta'ala fairly shortly. So just give us a few moments, inshallah. Let me check YouTube real quick and then Facebook, Instagram, and we shall be going, inshallah. Okay. Okay. So YouTube is working out all right. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Let me check Facebook, inshallah. Okay. All right, mic check on Facebook. Okay. 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 All right. Let's just make sure that Instagram is working out all right, and then we'll get going, inshallah. All right. Mic check. Instagram. Mic check. Let's just make sure that Instagram is working out all right, and then we'll get going. Okay. So it seems like Instagram is working out all right. So let me just pin the comment. I think I forgot to include the link in the business maximization show. So let me go ahead and do that for the financial maximization show, inshallah. Anybody who's tuning in, this would be a good time to call in with your financial maximization questions, inshallah. It's been a pretty busy day, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. But we'll take that in stride, inshallah. Okay. We're almost good to go, inshallah. Okay, so it seems like we are good to go here, inshallah. All right, so we're pretty much set up now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So we'll get started off properly. And anybody who has any particular financial maximization questions can feel free to give us a call, and we'll give you some insights and breakthroughs to help you achieve your financial maximization goals and tasks and things like that. Other than that, we'll get going, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ridwanullah family. Welcome back to a new episode of the Ridwanullah Financial Maximization Show. And I'm your host and financial maximizer, Hussein Mohamud, working to help you completely maximize your finances in this dunya and in the akhirah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Verily, all praise and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, owner, and sustainer, the one who's worthy of all worship without any associates or intermediaries. And may the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon the most esteemed leader and most honorable teacher, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his family, his companions, and those who follow him until the day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. And inshallah, obviously, there's a lot to cover, usually giving you some raw, insights and breakthroughs that I've discovered throughout the whole time, and some problems and challenges or whatever it may be. So hopefully you guys will be able to stay with us for the entire 60 minutes that we are together, hopefully answering some questions, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. For anybody who has some, and we can take it on from there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So just to kind of go through, the sponsors, announcements, and updates. Our primary sponsor is Ridwanullah.com, which is an Islamic professional and personal development company that's designed to help you completely maximize your business, finances, and life in this dunya and in the akhirah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also, Ridwanullah University's financial maximization program is our secondary sponsor, and that's usually a monthly membership program that you can join. Normally $60 per month, but since we're starting it off at 1/3 of the price, it'll be $20 per month, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So you can find the link in the description below for more details, inshallah. And if you would like to sponsor the show, send your request, budget, and details to Ridwanullah Organization at gmail.com. Let me get this thing back here. Ridwanullah, send your request, budget, and details to Ridwanullah Organization at gmail.com, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. In terms of the announcements and updates, I am in the process of launching a new product / business. So your love and support will be greatly appreciated there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. As soon as everything is pretty much up and running, I'll provide more details, and we'll be able to take it on from there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Yeah, and we're also doing the shows, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the shows as much as I am, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And hopefully you guys can join the programs, link in the description below, bi-idhnillah. Aside from that, a lot of growth and development, as I've mentioned in the Business Maximization Show, working to get my values and priorities right, and the different results in the different realms, up to at least sufficient level, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And slowly but surely trying to figure things out and get it together to the best of our abilities. Had a really, really productive morning, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. So, I'm trying to keep that going and trying to make the most out of that situation. as best as I possibly can, bi'idhnillah. And aside from that, there's a lot of slowly but sure progress, with the business, finances, and life. And hopefully we can keep that going, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, to the best of our abilities, and do the absolute best that we can to make things happen, bi'idhnillah. So those are the general ones that I can think about. And also, if you already subscribed to the channel or following, jazakumullahu khair. If you're not, please take the time to subscribe so we can grow with each other. If you've liked the video so far, please press the like button. It'll help reach more people. Comment and share as well so we can grow with each other, inshallah. So I'd really appreciate that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Aside from that, we're talking about financial maximization, improving slowly but surely, improving, your financial situation, whatever that may be. And business is actually a part of your financial maximization journey, but business is such a big part of life that we're putting that first. So whether you're working for a business or you're building your own business, business and work and things like that is really the essence that we're really looking at, and all other aspects of our finances and life is going to be very, very critical for us to be able to, build on from there, inshallah. So that's kind of how we're looking at things. There's a lot of different thoughts and feelings that are linked to money and finances and growing your financial situation and financial position. And I'll give you some of the insights and breakthroughs that come to my mind, or at least some of the problems and challenges that I've been encountering throughout this whole process and throughout this whole journey. But just to remind myself and you, there's 3 particular parts of the show. The first one is, the people who call in and get their questions answered, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And then, I'll give you guys, secondly, I'll give you guys, the insights and breakthroughs that I have at this particular moment in my life, in my financial maximization journey. And also, last but not least, I'll be engaging with the comments and text messages, whether it's questions or, feedback or whatever it may be. I'll be focused on that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, if there are anybody who's going to be joining us during the live session. And generally, since it's the beginning, it seems like I'll be, pretty much talking to myself for the most part, but we'll try to make the most out of that situation, inshallah. But in any case, let me continue on here, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. 801-471-6491 is the direct line to the show. Anybody who has any of their financial maximization questions could definitely hit us up. We have the personal financial maximization steps, and also developing the professional maximization steps, depending on what particular things that you have going on in your professional life. If it's just a job, obviously, you could have very minimal to no financial maximization steps. Aside from investing in your education, outside of whatever you have going on, if you can't get your company to pay for it. But if you have a business, you definitely have to, or businesses, you definitely have to build the financial maximization steps for each one of those businesses. And also, if you have various types of investments, some investments would require your your financial your baby steps, your financial maximization baby steps. Others might not. So it really just depends on what you have going on professionally. But at the very least, there are 8 personal financial maximization baby steps that you could build everything through and on, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and take the proper steps that way, inshallah. So with that being said, there's a lot of things that I'm pretty sure every single one of us, the people who are watching, they have some financial goals, right? You're looking at your financial reality, your financial situation, and you're wondering, or you should be wondering, where do I eventually want to be? Where am I right now? Pretty much how far did I come in my financial maximization journey? And how far do I have to go? So all of the goals that you have with your finances, and the amount of money that you want to make, and how you could utilize the money to, maximize your business, maximize all other aspects of your finances and life in this dunya and in the akhirah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is really the main idea here. So anybody who's watching, please feel free to let us know which city you're watching from, so we can give you guys a quick shout out, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And if you have any particular financial maximization questions, hit me up at 801-471-6491 is the direct number to the show to answer any of your lingering or burning financial maximization questions, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So, everybody's, struggling financially one way or the other. Well, generally, let's say there's two types of individuals who find themselves in their finances, right? The person who is doing the best in their finances, right? And then the person who's doing the worst in their finances, and anybody in between and going in any of those directions. So you really have to know where you are right now. And for me personally, right now, I'm definitely not doing the best that I can. At this particular moment, yes, but not at my best yet. But I'm not at my worst either. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And I want to be sensitive to those of us who are out there who are struggling financially, and I'm definitely a part of that struggle as well. Just different types and different levels of struggle that we're all dealing with, especially when it comes to finances. So, when you're thinking about your financial maximization journey, there's a lot of moving parts that you really have to consider and really look into. And generally in your financial maximization journey, there's three major parts, right? Generally speaking, the first part is your active income and work, right? That's whether you're employed, self-employed, employer, as an entrepreneur, or you're an investor. Any one of those would generally be a part of the first part of your financial maximization journey. The second part of your financial maximization journey is to be able to have your personal finances in order. So that's basically after you have your take-home money, how much are you saving, how much are you spending, and how much are you giving, generally speaking. And that savings will be carried over into the third part of your financial maximization journey, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, which is your net wealth. So when you're looking at your total net wealth, where are you with it? And a part of your net wealth is your investments strategy, right? So you would be looking at, okay, how can I position my money in a situation where I'll be able to make a certain amount of income that will make working either easier or unnecessary, right? So that's essentially the complete picture of your financial maximization journey. So when you're looking at it, it's just those general three parts. There's not really much else for you to really focus on aside from within that, where you're making, managing, and maximizing your money. And that's essentially what I want to be able to help you guys do, while I do that for myself and my team and everybody else that we're planning on improving on from there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I hope that makes sense for you, and wherever you are in your financial maximization journey, that you take the opportunity to figure things out and get it together, because there's so many moving parts in our financial maximization journey that it's ridiculous sometimes. You just feel so overwhelmed, and where to start with your money, how to go about it, where, one of the things that I'm constantly battling is, like, first of all, what are the complete parts of my financial maximization journey? And, while I'm, working, should I focus more on building a business or investing or some type of, combination between the two. But, you essentially want to build your active income and work first and foremost. And then your personal finance, take care of that, and build your cash reserves, both personally and professionally. And once you have a reasonable amount of cash reserves, personally, I would recommend getting into more passive income business that you personally own, and then utilizing that to step more into real estate, and then getting into the stock investments, whether that's through your 401k or IRA, and all of the different ways that the stock market breaks down into. And also you can also look at other investment vehicles. Cryptocurrency is a part of it. There's also gold, silver, so many other things that, collectibles, all of those, or bonds, I believe. I'm not sure if there's any halal bonds that I'm aware of, at least. But any other type of, investment thing that you are utilizing to leverage and build your work and finances is essentially what we are generally going to be focused on, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Because I know, just like anybody who's watching right now or will be watching in the future, you have a lot of financial goals, point blank, period. You can't convince me otherwise. And I have the exact same goals, different ways of looking at it. And I'm going through the proper steps to make sure that I am leveling up to the best of my abilities, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and overcoming so many heart and mind hurdles and challenges and things like that. So that's what I'm working through as of right now. So for anybody who's watching, please leave your comment below, and give me a call at 801-471-6491 to ask any of your direct questions regarding your financial maximization journey. If I don't get any calls, I'll be just gibbering and jabbering with you guys, trying to give you guys some insights and breakthroughs, as well as some of the problems and challenges that I'm experiencing right now. And engaging within the comments, for anybody who has any questions or text messages and things like that, you can give me a call at my direct number on the show at 801-471-6491. Seems like Jamal is joining. Jazakallah khair, Jay, for joining. Hope everything is going well with you and the family, inshallah, on Instagram. Up in the Seattle, Washington area. Anybody else who's watching on either YouTube, Facebook, or anything like that, I'll give you guys a quick shout out. Let me know which city you're in. We could take a steps forward from there. But the financial maximization journey is not easy. It's not simple. But the sooner you get started, the better generally things become, as long as you're continuously and relentlessly working towards your financial goals and all of the things that you want to achieve in your finances and all other parts of life, and your business is a part of that equation. So if you are an employee and you want to become an entrepreneur, whether you're self-employed or employing others, or you just want to have the opportunity to invest and have enough capital to invest, that's the proper steps that you want to take. And even though work and finances is the first part of life, you really have to focus on your personal financial steps, and then take on the proper steps on from there, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. But if you have any of your financial maximization questions, hit me up at 801-471-6491 is my direct line. And I'll do the best that I can to help in your financial maximization journey, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Um, so I guess in the meantime, until we start getting some people, and whether it's going to be pre-submitted questions or live during the show, I'll just kind of go through some of my thoughts and feelings about financial maximization. And one of the things that I'm thinking about in terms of the financial maximization is, money is one of those things where you either hate or love, or somewhere in between, right? And it's extraordinarily challenging if you don't prioritize and value money in the proper way for you to actually find any level of financial maximization, success, and happiness and success. And it's a journey. The reason why I like to call it a journey is because there's so many different parts of your financial maximization journey. And there's so many different opinions that a lot of the different people have regarding to their financial maximization journey. Some people would like for you to focus mainly on building the professional aspect of it, which to me, to a certain degree, is fulfilling, but not as much as much. You don't get as much fulfillment from your financial maximization journey as you would from building your personal, finances, so to say. But all of these different parts work together. There's so many different elements that we're still slowly but surely working through. But ideally, you want to have your professional life at least sufficient level, and then working towards having your personal life get to an at least sufficient level, and having that balance in between the two. So it's a beautiful thing to kind of learn about the financial maximization journey. There's a lot of different thoughts and feelings and realities when it comes to financial maximization. And one of the aside from having complete clarity and control within your finances, and going out to actually make at least sufficient income, if not more, for yourself, spouses and children, and parents and others, is difficult enough as it is. But when it comes to working towards not only taking care of yourself, but also helping out loved ones, as fulfilling as it is, it's really, really difficult in the beginning. And there's so many different nuances and so many different parts relating to your financial maximization journey in the aspect of helping others out, that it's extraordinarily challenging. And one of the most challenging parts about it is, do you focus on being selfishly selfless or selflessly selfish? And one of the things that I personally found out is it's extraordinarily important to be selfishly selfless, meaning you fill yourself up to the fullest first, and then whatever the overflow is, you help other people, your loved ones with, and that's very tough to say, but honestly, nothing is better. You can't help other people better than helping yourself to help them, if that makes sense. So another saying it in another way is like, the best way to help others is to help yourself first, right? And that's generally, to some people it might not seem Islamic, but that's actually what the Quran and the Sunnah teaches us, to take care of yourself so you can take care of others, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, to the best of your abilities, and finding the balance between the two within your means, inshallah. But anybody who has any financial maximization questions, hit me up at 801-471-6491. Some weeks I'm completely overwhelmed. Some weeks I'm completely lonely. And some weeks I'm like somewhere in between. So we'll take it in stride. Like this week and the previous weeks probably has been very, very, well, not technically, but especially this week. I don't know what's going on out there, but it's been reasonably lonely. Um, so we'll take it a step at a time, inshallah. Hopefully, this show would be noticed and it'll be valuable for you guys. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And we'll do the best that we can, to help you and myself take the proper steps forward, inshallah. But anybody who has any of their financial maximization questions, hit me up at 801-471-6491. Let me know which city you're watching from so we can give you guys a quick shout out, inshallah. But we're talking about money, your money, halal money, our money, and how we could, improve our financial situation. And I'm trying to give you guys as well as myself, some insights and breakthroughs. But one of the biggest lessons that I've learned so far is that your money is generally broken down into three parts. You're either making it, managing it, or maximizing it. And the making part is basically your active income and work. Your managing is your personal finance, and your maximizing is your net wealth / investments, and utilizing those investments to make passive income and have some level of consistent appreciation of the assets that you've invested in. And all of that is a huge, huge part of your financial maximization journey. And I was constantly thinking about, should I put business first or finances first? And one of the things that I've realized is that, you really have to focus on your work first, whether that's working for a business, building your own business, or whether you're working at a governmental job, or, non-government jobs or nonprofit organizations and masajids and things like that. And those are just generally the complete aspect of types of organizations that are really out there. So, what I've realized is, the first huge part of your financial life is your main source of income and work, whatever that is. And then all other aspects of your finances, which is essentially your personal finance and your net wealth / investments, is very, very critical as well. And once you're able to really focus on your work, it gives you a better idea of all of the other parts of your finances, and all, as well as your all other aspects of your life, right? So you're able to know a lot better when you take care of your work, and you're able to do a lot better when you are able to improve all of the other aspects of your finances. And having that work-life balance is going to be very, very critical to your financial maximization journey. Some people, don't really know how to recharge and not, and avoid burnout. Some of us are just go, 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 go for so long and so hard that we completely burn out and don't want to do anything else. And some of us are, just never get started, or there's somebody, those that are in between that, go hard and recharge, go hard and recharge, and, various levels of those types of individuals. So you don't want to get stuck on burnout, and you don't want to, you don't want to never go out and do something. You want to be able to find the balance between the two, where you're going all in and all out, and also recharging all in and all out, right? Whether when you're working and when you're recharging, and both of those, all of those kind of require work. So that's extraordinarily important. And as I've mentioned in the business maximization program, I was really not sure whether I should, really, really focus on, building my businesses or investing. And one of the things that is so clear to me right now is that, you're either an employee or an entrepreneur, right? Whether you're self-employed or employing others as well. And so if you're an employee, obviously, aside from the general investments in your education and, different things that you need within your career, that's all you need to focus on. So all of the other energy, you're going to be focused on your investment strategy and making sure that you have the right balance of, the different types of assets in your investment portfolio within your net wealth, which is basically and this is, your assets within your net wealth, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's essentially just having, cash, reserves personally and professionally, making sure that you have, enough real estate, and making sure that you have enough stocks and other types of investments, and, finding some sort of balance within that. And, for me, I've been really, really thinking about, what are the best assets to invest in for the best type of passive income and assets appreciation. And honestly, aside from, a systematized business, I can't think of any other investments to me that's better than real estate. You know what I mean? Whether you're getting your own personal real estate where you're living, or whether you're, purchasing your own commercial real estate where you're working, or, you're getting some rental properties, and making sure that you utilize and build that portfolio to the best of your abilities is a crucial part. Now, that's generally the high levels of your financial maximization journey. What you really want to do is focus on the personal baby steps initially. Obviously, making sure that you're working towards getting at least sufficient income and you're performing well in your main source of income and work. And then, making sure that you go through the baby steps. Make sure that you have your $1,000 emergency fund. Half of that, if it's a big struggle for you to get it within a month or two. And then paying off all of your personal debt as well as professional debt. And, having 1 month of emergency fund. And in between that, taking care of some things like your zakah, Hajj and Umrah. And then moving on to, the other basic things that you may need. And then moving on to, having, 3 to 6 months of your personal savings as well as professional savings. And then, investing at least 15% into your retirement plan, um, as well as 10% into your kids' college fund. And last but not least, well, actually, number 7 is to purchase your own house and pay it down, as well as your commercial real estate. And last but not least, keep building wealth and give it away, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And one of the things that I kept having problems with is, how do I organize my finances? And obviously personal is the primary, and then professional is secondary, even though in the grand scheme of things you're focused on your professional life, and you're managing things in that order. But when you're looking at, generally speaking, building your net wealth, you really want to focus on your personal life first, and then your professional life, and somehow find the balance between all of that, inshallah. Let me see if I can find some reasonable quotes or mantras. I guess I could probably think of some things um, that we can use as a mantra that we keep repeating until it becomes uh, our way of life and our way of living, inshallah. Let's check out some money quotes. But hit me up 801-471-6491 with any of your financial maximization questions. I would love to help you maximize your finances, and at the very least, I'll be talking to myself and helping myself, inshallah. Let's see. This one seems powerful, but I'm not really quite sure the exact meaning. But it says here, all the money you made will never buy back your soul. So I guess keep your soul in check. Um, don't overstep your principles, is what I can learn from that, inshallah. The next one is, the money you make is a symbol of the value you create. That's very true. I guess depending on how much we're really making compared to how much we really, we want to make, we're not creating that much value. But slowly but surely, things will start picking up, inshallah. The next quote that I have here is, time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. So that's pretty three pretty solid money quotes that we could kind of look into right now. But I don't even know if I have any like go-to money mantras. I know I have some business mantras like hard work pays off. Um, teamwork makes the dream work. The other one is like, if you do what's hard, your life will be easy. But if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. So I have reasonable amount of business/life mantras, but and obviously you could use it for your money mantra, but I want something more specific to money. So let me think it through, as you're probably thinking it through as well. But what would be your money mantras, inshallah? Let me know in the comments below what really works for you, what doesn't, and how to go about the process of that. But I guess before I let you guys know of some good, actually, let me just Google that. What is a mantra anyway? Just asking some general question here. So let's look at what is a mantra. So it says, is originally in Hinduism or Buddhism a word or sound repeated to aid concentration and meditation. A statement or slogan repeated frequently. I guess it's just something that it's like a short and sweet that's repeated regularly that allows you to happily achieve your goals and dreams. I guess is the best definition that I can find. So let's see some money mantra. And I'm just looking at right now. Seems like, I guess there's something called money mantra as well. Money mantras are short, powerful statements that you declare to yourself regularly and loudly to help you build your money confidence, attract abundance in your life, and reach your goals. When practiced intentionally, mantras can help you broaden your perspectives. So let's see if I can find some money mantra in the meantime, inshallah. I guess before I look at the other money mantras, what would be a good money mantra for me is, relentlessly make at least sufficient money. I don't know if that's a mantra. Make money, make money. I guess that's the only thing I could think about so far. Let's look at some 10 money mantras to manifest abundance. I am open and ready to receive money now. That's really good. I actually like that. I am open and ready to receive money now. I am ready. I am open and ready to receive money now. I am open and ready to receive money now, inshallah. Money is attracted to me. Money is attracted to me and needs me to spend it now. So money is attracted to me. That's a little funny to me, but I like the first one more. Third one is everything and everyone helps me prosper financially. That's powerful. Everything and everyone helps me prosper financially, inshallah. That's actually powerful stuff, man. It rewires your mind in a positive way rather than a negative way. I was about to say I actually forgot to have coffee in the morning, but I actually had a good cup of coffee. So I doubled down on the afternoon, another cup of coffee. So usually what I do is in the mornings I would do 70% coffee, about 30%, cream and milk and cream and things like that. In the afternoon, I would do at most 30% coffee and about 60% milk and creamers and things like that. So this is actually pretty good. Alhamdulillah. What other things? So I really need to look at business mantras and look at life mantras as well, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So here's a headline that reads, here's who qualifies for $1,400 stimulus payment under the American Rescue Plan. So it seems like the third stimmy is what they call it in the hood. Stimulus check is coming up. So, make sure you utilize that properly to get what you need and want personally and professionally, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. But I'm still debating, just the whole strategic system of my financial maximization journey. But I really have to get my main source of income and works, main income and performance to at least sufficient level, in the work that I do. So I got to figure out how to build that bi'idhnillah. Business mantra. So 20 daily mantras for entrepreneurs. So that's a really good one. Understand and overcome procrastination. I understand and overcome procrastination. I guess that's what thing. I have a millionaire mind. I deny instant gratification and think about the long run. Let me read one more and should be good to go. I will make the right decisions at the right times, inshallah. So these are really good mantras. Let me check out life mantras. So I guess one of the ones that comes to the top of my mind is, teamwork makes the dream work. As I've already mentioned, if I do what's easy, my life will be hard. But if I do what's hard, my life will be easy, inshallah. This is a good one. Be in the moment and enjoy what you can when you can. That's pretty dope. But anybody who has any of their financial maximization questions, hit me up, 801 471 6491. And we shall take it on from there, inshallah. Now, there's a lot, running through my head right now, but, I really have to relook at, how to organize and prioritize and value the different parts of my life, my finances, the financial maximization strategies. I'm not quite sure if, work and finances is number one. But, I think it might be as well. But then I'm wondering, knowing that I have to take care of the professional finances first and then the personal finances second. I'm really wondering, how do I go about, maximizing my finances in that aspect? Do I really focus on the personal aspect of it first and then take care of the professional aspect of it and then the investments aspect of it? And do I keep work and finances as number one as overall aspect of life, or do I put it as number three? And that's always somewhat of a struggle that we're all going through. But if I can get my work and finances to at least sufficient level, it'll be that much easier or unnecessary to get all of the other aspects of my life to at least sufficient level. So as of right now, just kind of thinking it through, I'll keep work and finances as number one priority overall in life, but number four, value overall in life, inshallah. And with that being said, I'll focus on building my personal and professional finances and the investments after that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So you really have to kind of, what I'm doing right now is just kind of mapping out, the complete concepts, chunks and strategic systems of whether that's business, all other aspects of finances and life maximization. So you really have to have like obviously you don't want to get stuck doing this, because that's what I'm really good at doing, is just getting stuck doing, all of the mental mapping, I guess is what I could call it, internal and external mapping. Sometimes you just got to go out there and just work and put in the work, and make sure you're making enough income and performing at least sufficiently, that you're at least sufficiently earning and performing. Right. So I guess that's a really good mantra. I at least sufficiently earn and perform, because that's really critical within your work, whether you're working for a company, or you're building your own, or you're investing in it. You have to at least sufficiently earn and perform, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's my mantra right now. I sufficiently earn and perform, inshallah. I sufficiently earn and perform, inshallah. I sufficiently earn and perform, inshallah. So that's my business / finances mantra, inshallah. So I like to learn and grow in the moment. So I hope that you guys are learning and growing yourself. It'll be amazing to get some people to call in with their financial maximization questions, so we could focus on helping them in that aspect, because there's a lot of questions that I'm working through myself and getting them answered to the best of my abilities. Listening to interviews, conversations, live Q&A call-in shows, and the insights and breakthroughs that kind of go along with that. The small YouTube clips, as well as the vlogs, the pictures, the words, all of those complete aspects of content. I'm learning and growing, and the financial maximization aspect of it is a continuous aspect. But as of right now, I kind of have a complete concepts, chunks, and strategic systems that I'm working on improving to make it stronger, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I hope that you do the same as well. And just so I don't forget, to mention this and finish off strong, I would like to get out of the way first that if you're subscribed, jazakumullahu khair, subscribe / following, jazakumullahu khair. If you're not, please take the time to subscribe and follow, and check the notification bell to make sure that you get every single notification from us, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. If that's what you'd prefer, that we would hope that you'd prefer. And if you like this video already, please press the like button, leave your comments below, and also share this with your loved ones, so we can all grow throughout this process, and hopefully everything just keeps getting better and better from there, inshallah. Aside from that, reminder of sponsors, announcements, and updates. Our primary sponsor is Ridwanullah.com. Show some love and support there. Our secondary sponsor is Ridwanullah University Financial Maximization Program. Link in the description below for more details. And also, I'm coming up with a physical product that is definitely a game changer, inshallah, that I'm planning on building a separate business around it. So I'll be able to let you guys know what that is in the near future once it's up and running, inshallah. And also, we're also doing the shows and the programs, Saturdays for the shows, Sundays for the programs on a bi-weekly basis, generally 2 times per month. So I hope that you guys could show your love and support there, inshallah. Aside from that, There's a lot of learning and growing that's happening, a lot of problems and challenges that we're slowly but surely overcoming. Um, and I'm so, one of my biggest passions in life is the educational business, that I'm learning and growing so much, by creating free content as well as paid content, and the other things that are prerequisite of those, generally speaking. So, slowly but surely learning, just learning to have a macro vision, macro understanding, a macro concept, and executing on the micros, um, and building on from there, inshallah. We'll take it a step at a time, and do the absolute best that we can. But your financial maximization journey is going to start off very complex and hard, but as you continue to move onward and upward to the maximum level, things will start to get simpler and easier, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And we're going to be with you throughout this whole journey, doing the mental mapping of internal and external realities is the biggest work that you could do, and the biggest work that I can do. And we'll slowly but surely make the most out of this whole situation and equation. And I think that's pretty much it. Keep pushing for your financial maximization journey, and take the baby steps to move onward and upward, right? And keep building these other aspects. And one of the most important aspects of that is your income, your source of income, and the level of your income. So if you have at least sufficient income, you can at least sufficiently build your personal, professional life and investments. But if you're not at least sufficient, you're not going to at least sufficiently build it. If you're abundant level, you're going to at least abundantly build your personal, professional, and investment realities. And if you're maximized, that we're hoping to get to myself, then eventually things will start to improve and progress in the best way possible, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. But it's an ongoing battle to kind of learn all the ins and outs and not get stuck in your head, and take the proper financial steps forward. Honestly, to be quite honest with you, where I am right now financially was a dream. Just a couple of years ago, even probably a couple of months ago. I'm not going to say whether or not the stimulus checks had something to do with it, but we'll move on from there, inshallah. But I really allowed my progress to fuel more progress for me, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I hope that you could take a few moments to appreciate how far you've come on your financial maximization journey. And if you're just getting started, don't worry, you will have some progress to be proud of, and to let that fuel you to achieve more financial maximization success and happiness, or happiness and success. And take the proper steps to be and do and get, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and continuously improve on from there, inshallah. And I'll try to show up, not try, inshallah, I'll show up on a weekly basis, unless some crazy thing has stopped me from doing it, or unless I'm on my quarterly retreat, which is coming up in roughly about 3 weeks. And then after that, we might be switching fully to the Hijri calendar after our first quarter Ridwanullah retreat. But I think that's what we're going to do, inshallah. It's a very, very scary thing, but it's a necessary one, and we're going to work on making it work, inshallah. Yeah, about a good hour talking to myself. Not bad. I hope some people will be benefiting from this. while I'm alive, and even more so when I'm gone, inshallah. And you guys make dua for me as I'm slowly but surely learning and building all of these different aspects of life, continuously working hard and enjoying the fruits of the labor professionally and personally. And, I'm learning so much right now that will slowly but surely continue to build on from there. And, as we continue to level up, hopefully we've learned enough to understand, all of the mental mappings of internally, all of the internal and external mental mappings will start to make a lot more sense as we're leveling up. But I really, really have to put a lot of work into my work and finances and work on getting that to at least sufficient level. Now that I know the three complete parts of it, um, you know, uh, I'll make sure that I make the most out of that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I think that's more of like the investment portfolio / net wealth that we're building. The investment portfolio really just considers your cash position, both personally and professionally, and your real estate investments and stock investments and other investments that you currently hold, and subtracting all of the debts and liabilities to give you your net wealth. So, generally that's how we're going to align things, of taking care of the investment portfolio and net wealth. The investment portfolio, generally speaking, is more concerned with the assets that you hold. And then you subtract the debts and liabilities that'll give you your net wealth, inshallah. So I'm still trying to make sure that my internal and external mental mapping, or external and internal mental mapping, or internal and external mental mapping continues to improve. And that's actually a really good idea for a book. Mental mapping is just the process of, making sure that you put all of the internal and external parts in the right places, in the right orders, and systematized in the proper way. So let me just take note of that, of a good book idea, inshallah. Because that's essentially like one of my biggest struggles is like, and I don't even, this is just something that I've really just recently, like as of right now, just discovered. What the mental mapping really is just, the internal and external mapping of your reality in a way that is streamlined to help you produce your desired outcomes and results. So I'll see if there's something called mental mapping out there, and see if I can learn more about it. And if it's completely off the mark or incomplete, I'll just keep developing this book idea and really release that, because I feel like the more you maximize your mental mapping, the more your reality is maximized. And it's not really what works for others, it's really what works for you, inshallah. But I think I'm really over time right now. But hopefully, we can get back-to-back calls and helping people. But I'm here. I'll keep showing up. I hope that you're going to keep showing up and asking your questions. And if you want more, you can join us in the programs to learn more lessons through the trainings and the coachings, plus more, inshallah. And we got a lot more coming out for you guys. But that's all I got for you guys today. Jazakumullahu khair, Ridwanullah family, for joining us on the new episode of the Ridwanullah Financial Maximization Show. I'm your host and financial maximizer, Hussein Mohamud, checking out by saying, never ever give up on completely maximizing your finances in this dunya and in the akhirah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.